Excellent. Once again, I would like to welcome you all to our Young and Brave mentoring program. It's been an amazing program. We've been learning lots of life skills. Today, we're going to learn another important life skill. Today, we are going to be looking at entrepreneurial skills. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues, some families are seeing their financial situation getting worse, and it's hard for them to get by. Unemployment rates are so high, evictions are occurring, and some businesses are permanently shutting down, which is so sad. And at the same time, violence agencies have been reporting an increase in calls from women and families in need. According to the National Network to End Domestic Violence is actually 3 times more likely to occur when a couple is experiencing high financial stresses versus low financial stresses. And women whose partners experience 2 or more periods of unemployment in a 5-year time span are almost 3 times likely to be victims of violence, as opposed to women whose partners have stable jobs. So financial stress has actually been greatly linked to violence, and as a result, we have chosen to educate women on personal self-development. And today we are going to be focusing on an aspect of that, which will be our entrepreneurial skills. So today we're going to be talking about how to start your businesses if you want to start, or if you already have one, how to maintain your businesses. And we are privileged today to have our Executive Director, Dr. Godwin, in our midst, who is going to be helping us to coaching us on how we can build up on our entrepreneurial skills. Just a little bit about him. He's a multi-gifted and well-trained business consultant, a pharmacist, a psychotherapist, a clinical counselor, wellness coach, an author, a scholar, a speaker, a personal development coach, a missionary, a community development consultant, family and marriage therapist, a teacher, a preacher, an ordained minister, a leadership consultant, oh, so much, a serial church planter, a consultant, and he's a husband and father of 3 smart kids. He's also the pastor of Transformation Christian Center, an active member of the EOCPC, Canadian Association for Spiritual Care. And for so many years, he and his wife have worked extensively among the youth as both pastors and counselors. They have mentored and still mentor so many young people all over the world through the unique insight into what lurks in the hearts of so many people and how to turn those to their advantage rather than otherwise. They have also worked as marriage and relationship educators and mentors to many couples and families. He holds 2 doctorate degrees in practical theology and biblical studies and a PhD from Oxford Graduate School. He also has a Master's of Business Administration and Management from the University of People. Above all, he's a man after my heart, and I'm proud to call him my king. So let's welcome Dr. Godwin as he helps us with our entrepreneurial skills.
Okay, thank you all very much. And thank you, a wonderful First Lady. I met her when I was at the university. She didn't even know me. I didn't even know her. But we sat right inside the same fellowship for a couple of years, around 4 years, right inside the same fellowship. And that very 4th year, I became the president of the fellowship, and she became my financial secretary. And that was when I got to know her and realized that though she was the youngest, so to say, in the team, she was the smartest in my team. And I handed over almost 3/4 of the day-to-day running of the fellowship to her because I was traveling. I was also in charge of the same fellowship in about 44 higher institutions in the entire Southeast and South of Nigeria. I was traveling to universities, from one university to another, Port Harcourt and Rivers, Calabar. For those of you who are familiar with Nigeria, you know, Benin, Anambra, Ebonyi, everywhere, Uyo, Enugu, everywhere. I was traveling. So she was literally in charge of UNN. That was the school we graduated from. She was taking care of my affairs there, and she did an excellent job. You know, So we left the university, and 4 years later, she became my wife. And you can see that I made the right choice. Yeah. Put your hands together for the damsel. So always think about your future before you make a permanent decision. Think about your destiny. Think about your purpose. Life is short, so you must be very diligent and very practical in whatever you do. So thank you very much, Dr. Blessing Ude. And I also want to thank all of you that have been participating in the series of lectures every week. And this week, we're going to be looking at a very important topic. I would want to share a screen with you all, and I would like you to bear with me while I pull up my screen. If you have a notebook to take note, that may be helpful, because I'll possibly be sharing some things you might have to write down. Some of the things you learn when you become a part of a group like this is that you learn things that you probably have been coming across those things, but never really cared about them. Or probably you never really thought that those things are important. But everything you learn is important. Knowledge is key. It will help you to maneuver life. All right. Yes, sir. Let me pull up this, and then we go. All right. Just a moment. Okay. All right. Okay. So are you seeing the slides? Okay, beautiful.
Yes, we
Beautiful.
can.
Awesome. All right. So today we're going to be talking about developing your entrepreneurial skills. And I'm going to be sharing with you keys to successful wealth creation in the Canadian society. And this part of the program throughout this about 12 weeks long series of lectures on sustaining and empowering women and helping you become the best of what you are designed to be. Let's start by looking at a quote by Albert Einstein. He said, "Any fool can know, the point is to understand." Any fool can know, the point is to understand. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. I just read a report recently about thousands of first-class graduates coming from Nigeria. And I was asking myself, what will become of these young folks? Because the world is fast changing. Nobody cares about your degrees. Everybody wants to know what you can do. So knowledge is powerful. That's great. But that knowledge must be translated into real, tangible, evidential, practical output. That's what people are looking for. If you can't solve a problem, nobody's going to reward you. You don't get rewarded because of your degree. You don't get paid because of your degree. You get paid because you're solving a problem. This is why people who attend some community colleges and technical schools do better than some graduates, because employers want to solve problems. So always bear this in mind as you train your children. Always remember that they're going into the world where they need to apply what they have been taught. When I left the university, after spending about 6 years, I read pharmacy, and my thought was that was all. I was okay. I was secured. If worse come to worse, I'll just open up a community pharmacy. But then I was privileged to sit under a very smart man who was my chief pharmacist, where I did my internship in a military hospital. He was more like a father to me. In 1 year, he taught me things that I never learned in my 6 years at the university. He taught me about money. He taught me about wealth building. He taught me about things that are still helping me today, things that are helping me more than the 6 years I spent right at the university. So if somebody will ask me, how are you surviving today? I would tell them, it was because of that 1 year, not because of the 6 years. So the question was, why did you spend 6 years if you cannot practice pharmacy? Well, education is key, it's important. It gives you exposure. But beyond that, you need to learn how the world functions. You need to learn the strategies on how to be able to use the things around you to create the kind of life that you desire. That's why applied knowledge is the key. Never forget this, because you are going to be asking yourself, how am I going to survive in Canada? Or maybe how you're going to change what you're doing, or maybe try to start a business. I will share some stuff with you that may help some of you this evening. Well, let's do some disclaimer, because we're going to be talking about money and some stuff that are regulated, things like trading and investing. So I would like to say that I'm not an accountant and I don't give financial advice. I'm not even a tax consultant. I don't sell equity, do I recommend any. This is just for educational purposes. So I'm just sharing this information because they are available publicly. You can access them. But for the purposes of this series of lectures, I would discuss some of them with you. So you have to decide what to do with the information. The decision is purely yours. Okay, so having agreed to that, let's move forward. I would like to ask a question here and probably see how some of you respond to it. And the question I want to ask all of you is this: saving money versus making more money, which one is the key to wealth creation? All right, you can probably, the moderator, can they type? So can you read what they're typing, or can they do a poll? I just want to know.
They can type on the chat board, or they can also unmute themselves and respond if they would like. Okay, great. Did you hear? So saving money or saving more money versus making more money, which one is a key to wealth creation? Okay. I saw where they travel. Yep.
I said making more money.
And also
making more money, right?
Yes, Ugochi typed on the chat board making money as well. Okay, making money. Oh, beautiful. With then and Ugochi making more money. All right. So who else? All right. Now let's move on. I believe the rest probably believe that making more money or saving more money, both are the same. Well, I'd like to share a secret with you, and it's very important you pay attention. When I was venturing into entrepreneurial
real entrepreneurial activities here in this country. That was some probably 16 years ago. I was attending series of lessons and seminars and training. And then one of the conference calls we had, this young man was busy promoting this idea. Look, you got to find ways to make more money. You got to find ways to make more money if you really want to sustain your lifestyle. You know, and everybody was nodding because obviously it was a business opportunity. So it was one of the ways of marketing that business opportunity. Make more money, you know, go out there, talk to more people. You know. So I bought into that. You know. So after a couple of years, I realized that the more money you make, the more expenses you make. So it was later I realized that it's actually a law that the higher your income, if you are not a very disciplined, careful person, the higher the desire, your desires, your taste will always increase to match your income. You get what I said? It's a law. It's a psychological reality. Anytime your income increases, whether you believe it or not, your taste will increase to match that income. Now, let me also share this with you because of the exposures that some of us have had. There are a lot of kids who are born in the 1990s. Some of these kids are involved in fintech, the financial technology. They are into all these cryptocurrencies. They're also into this decentralized, banking. And some of these kids in their early 20s are making multiple six figures. Listen to what I said. And they are young girls in their 20s. They are making multiple six figures. I'm talking about $350,000 per annum. But you know what? According to a statistic, they are the worst when it comes to anxiety because of financial stress. We're talking about kids in their 20s suffering from chronic anxiety because of what? Financial distress. In fact, one of them, I read a story about her working in a boutique during the evening to make ends meet. She lives in an exotic apartment costing hundreds of thousands. She drives a car bigger than her salary. She doesn't cook. She orders from all these so-called delivery, free delivery, DoorDash, Uber food, all this. She's ordering everything, eating everything. She doesn't buy anything outside. She orders everything online, everything she wanted. She just ordered. The money was there. So at the end of the month, she realizes that all the money she's made has gone into paying for the house, paying for cars, paying for a lavish lifestyle. And she cannot stop those lifestyles. They were raised in this kind of lifestyle. Now she's making enough money to maintain that lifestyle. Crazy. So I want to let you know that making more money is good, but you must learn how to do what? Spend less. Spend less. In fact, make sure that you always spend less than what you make. Let me tell you how rich people become richer and richer. Here's a secret I was taught. When a rich man buys a car, worth $50,000, people will be like, wow, he just went there and he paid for that car, completely paid for that car, $50,000. Don't try to do the same, because he could afford 10 times of that car. So pay attention to this. He could afford 10 times of that car. That means he could afford to buy $500,000 worth of a car. That was why he chose to buy $50,000. So if you are able to afford $50,000 car, don't go buy $50,000 car. Always spend lower than what you can spend. Don't try to spend just because you can. Always spend lower than you could. Let me use that word, you could. That means if I have the capacity to buy $1 million home, I might choose to buy a $250,000 home and invest the remaining $750,000. That's how rich people think. That's how you build wealth. Are you paying attention? Now, that I can afford something does not mean that I have to buy it. Always think about wealth building. Always think about it. It might not make sense to some of us, but this is the secret, and I'm sharing them with you. Always think about it. Now, if I can afford something, because my income is probably $10,000 a month, and I can afford, let's say, a car that I can be paying $2,000 a month, but I still have other bills. If I have to add other bills like mortgage, insurance, maybe at the end of the month, I'm spending $7,000 or $8,000 out of my $10,000 take home without any money to invest, because I've spent all of them on bills. That's not wisdom. So what I should do is, instead of buying a car, I'll be paying $2,000 a month. I'll buy one, I'll be paying $300 a month. Maybe I'll probably live in a place where I'm paying maybe $2,000 a month instead of $5,000 or $6,000 a month. I would like to spend only $5,000 or $4,000 out of my $10,000, and then I have the remaining $5,000 or $6,000 to invest. That's how you build wealth. So it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much remains after the end of the month. How much is invested to make more money for you? That's how rich people think. Delayed gratification. So most people will be like, oh, I want you to teach me how to start a business. I want to learn how to start. That's not the problem. Anybody can start a business. I was thinking about it when I was told to present it. I said, look, I can teach you how to start any business in this country, but that is not going to make you successful. I've seen people who started all kinds of businesses and they collapsed, because it's not about starting a business. In fact, it's easier to start a business here than it is to call your father or your mother back in the village. Very easy. Where you are right now, I can send you to a website where you can register a business right now as we are talking, and it will happen. In fact, if you're in Ontario, you can actually print out the business certificate with you right now. So that's not the problem. The problem is you need to understand how money works. This is why rich people become richer, poor people become poorer. And for immigrants like us, this is why the system is really playing with us. The system is playing with us. We are sustaining the system. And there are people who are leveraging the system to do what? To empower themselves. So let's move further. If you have any questions, just raise your hands and ask the questions or type it in the chat and we will proceed. So when you look at this cash flow quadrant, 4 ways to produce income, I would recommend this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that book. I read that book some 20-something years ago. It changed my concept, changed my life. My son, who is 15 years old, has already finished the book. And we discussed some of the things he was learning when he was reading them. The second book after Rich Dad, Poor Dad is titled Cash Flow Quadrant. And in that book, he discusses the 4 types of income generation or wealth building. One is the employee. The employee is the guy who goes out there and trades his time in order to get money. He is the product, and the employer is buying him and using him to make money for himself. So an employee is actually a product. And what that employee's value, the employee's value is measured by his skill, his education, or his training, which he invests in the business owner's enterprise. So the business owner buys the employee, pays him every month, probably $3,000, so that the employee can generate $10,000 for the businessman. Are you paying attention now? The reason why you are still in your job is because you are generating more than what you have been paid. So this is not how you build wealth, because here, once you become sick or someone more skillful than you shows up, you become less valuable. And that's how people lose their job. Another way people make money is self-employed. Who are the self-employed people? These are the people who work on their jobs: dentists, doctors, mechanics, all these accountants, counselors. These are the self-employed people. One dangerous thing about self-employed people is, if you are not there, the business does not go on, except you start franchising and decentralizing. But if you are running it, like most people run their sole proprietor, you are more like this guy here. The difference is that you are buying your own skills and buying yourself. And oftentimes at the end of the day, you may not have enough to pay yourself, because there are attended bills that need to be paid to run a self-employed business. This is a very, very important part, a very important area to start in your journey. And it's very easy to start this. I will share with you how to start this. You can start this and eventually transition to being a business owner. So this is the right quadrant where you really grow wealth, this quadrant. So as a business owner, you are leveraging the skills of other people. You are employing this guy and you are paying him 30% to generate 100% for you. That's what business owners do. They leverage people. They leverage other people's skills. That's when people start having people working for them, employees working for them. They're creating branches here and there. This is how wealth is built. Real wealth is built. I mean, you can build wealth here by saving. You can build wealth here by saving too. But you build wealth here by leveraging other people's skills, leveraging their talent. Maybe the next time when I have the opportunity to share with you, I will share with you how you can run this kind of business from your home without having overhead. Very interesting way of building this kind of business. I mean, you can have employees all over the world and you are in your home running them. Okay, but this is where real wealth is built, and there are only 5% who are here. The most beautiful part of what I'm talking about today is that people who own businesses, who employ people, they actually make a lot of money here, and they don't keep it here, they put it here. That's why the owner of Amazon has investment, probably in Apple, and the founder of Apple will have investment in Yahoo, and maybe the chief executive of Yahoo will have investment in Berkshire Hathaway of this guy in Omaha, this great Warren Buffett. That's why Bill Gates is invested in Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway. It's wealthy people move their money where the money generates more money for them. There are only few people who are found here. So now you understand how money works. In the Canadian system where you are, a lot of people are here that you don't know. This is where they are. And there are a lot of advantages of at least starting from being self-employed. A whole lot of advantages, which I may not go into detail. And a lot of people are also here, quite a lot. That's why Canadian system is quite very successful, because of the fact that individuals own businesses and they employ people. In so many African countries, you don't have business owners. You only have a lot of this, because the employees like to feed from the same feeding bottle. The government must employ everybody, which is wrong. Now, this requires some skills. To be an investor requires some skills, and you need to learn and acquire these skills. All right. So I'm taking time to explain this because this is the foundation of everything. Once you understand this quadrant, you should move from the left quadrant here to this place. Your goal is to move from this left quadrant and cross over here, if you can. And there are ways you can do this, easy ways you can do this. Any questions so far? Okay, let's rush through. How to build wealth. This is a simplified way of building wealth. I want you to pay close attention. Number one is spend less. Always spend less. Don't forget it. You see, it's difficult for people who are trying to measure up with others to learn this. There are people who sew clothes every weekend. I know them. When I was working in Lagos, I know some women, that's what they do. They're always looking for the party. But during our wedding, I didn't even invite some of them. They just heard about it. In my office, I was working with them of my sister, and they showed up and they sewed different clothes. Every weekend, they are sewing clothes. They don't have money, yet they have money to sew clothes and attend parties that they are not invited. Don't do that. Make sure that you don't spend more than you earn. Align your value to your spending. Spend only on something that has value, something that touches your heart, something that has eternal value. Be accountable. Don't just have access to funds and lavish them. Be disciplined. Now track your spending. You know, we don't know how to budget, which is risky. You know, they teach my kids how to budget in school. They teach them how to budget for everything. Everything, including, you know, when they want to go on vacation, how to budget everything before even they decide on to go to the vacation or not. Don't waste your money. Don't waste it. Watch out for fees. If you're subscribed to this and that, destroy those subscriptions. Some of them are irrelevant. Always watch your credit card. Don't extend beyond the limit. Always try to repair things. Don't try to go and buy because you want to buy. If your clothes are still okay, wear them. I still have the suit I bought 10 years ago. I still use them. I still use them because they are still my size. You know, we serve food. We serve food to people every Wednesday and every Friday. And some of you are aware of that. And some of them who come to church on Sunday, they pick the food. Some people who come on Friday pick foods too. We have about 2,000 families that we serve food to, food items. You know, when we started, we were trying to let them know that the goal is to save you an average of $150 to $300 a month. Do you know some of them who heard us laugh? They thought we were joking. I remember the first time when we said, okay, we have some food in the fridge. Guess what? Some people just left. They were like, is he trying to say that we don't have money to buy groceries? Yeah, I'm telling you. You know, people felt like, is he insulting us? Does it mean that we don't have money to buy groceries? And there are still some people who feel that way today. But you see, this food rescue program we are doing has only one purpose, and that is to save you money. And people are beginning to realize that this is the goal. It's not to tell you don't have money. You have money to buy food. We believe that. What if I can save you $100 a month? Won't you appreciate that? If someone can save you $300 a month, would you appreciate that? So this is where we have a problem. Because we're always thinking everything has to do with our selfishness and ego. It's not about ego. It's about being disciplined, being pragmatic. It's about being wise. Yes, it's about being wise. You got to be very smart. I wanted to change my tire one day, and I went to a place. They said I should pay $1,600. It was one of these beautiful, I may call the name of the company now. I mean, very great company. You know what? I took my car and I drove. I drove to close to Scott Road to where they are doing back in the village in Nigeria, they call it the Mbuka, you know. So I went to this place and I said, please, I need tires. And the guy brought 4 tires for me and I paid half of what they were charging me. Half. And that tires are still in our car right now. I paid half. So the problem is not, you know, oh, where did you get a tire from? The problem is the tire working? That's the issue. It's not about, oh, you got to give your car to someone and the person say, oh, $600, and you just pay $600. Don't do that. Even though you have the money, but you should actually find second opinion. Save money. I used to spend $40 to shave my hair. Now, for the past 3 years, I've never gone to barber. I shave my hair myself because there's no hair here. So why should I pay that money? So I just use I scrape it. Imagine $40 every month by 3 years. How much is that? No, these are some of the things you have to learn. It doesn't mean you are poor. Look, I can afford to pay that $40, but what stupidity is that? I used to go to US before the COVID, you know, go with the family. Sometimes we just cross the border. When I realized that I could save $70 on gas on each trip, we started buying gas from US. $70 every time I crossed. I had 4 jerrycans. It was 3. And it will amaze you what you will save if you start thinking properly. And stop copying people. Stop trying to be like it. So next thing I would like you to do is to begin to educate yourself, begin to train yourself, increase your skills, learn, go to school, keep empowering yourself, never stop learning, never stop acquiring knowledge, never stop acquiring skills, learn how to do some things, learn how to, you know, develop a lot of stuff. You know, I'm going to share with you some of the businesses you can run right now. And it will amaze you that they all require some limited skills you can develop by the side. And I can show you a website where you go to and you learn how to do all these things. Maybe $30, you learn how to do it. In fact, my daughter learned how to do some cake and actually got a certificate on cake making. Just how much did I pay for that course? I think it was $6 or $20. Yeah. And they taught them how to do cake. And it's there. It's a streaming program. It's course. Just go through it, watch the videos, watch the directions. You can learn anything. Anything. And you can get a certificate for that. And that certificate can also be used to get a job or to improve yourself on what you're doing right now. Things are changing. Things are changing. Now, the next one is to invest wisely. That's how to build wealth. First, start saving. Second, learn and empower yourself, learn more skills, which will increase your income. And then the third is to start saving. Start saving. Very important. Start saving. I will repeat it again. Start saving. Start saving. Limit your expenses. Start saving. You are not competing with anybody. I repeat it again. There's no competition anywhere, anytime with you or anybody. I don't care what people have, where they live, what they drive. They don't make any sense. It should never make any sense to you. This is your life. Be on the driver's seat. Be on the driver's seat. Any question? Okay, asking about the website.
Yeah.
Some of these things you have to pay for it because you see, I spent some thousands of dollars, you know, to go to school. So I wish I would tell you the website there, but okay. Just a moment, I will give you this just for free for now. Just a moment. Okay. It's pretty well easy. Now, okay. So you guys are on the chat, right?
Yes, everybody can see it on the chat.
Okay, on the chat, yeah. So this is a very popular website. And there's another one, but this is most popular. You can learn anything here. Trading, investing, everything. And the courses are very cheap, $20 or $10, and you can just learn it. And they give you a certificate that you can literally use. Yeah. Okay. There's another one called New School, but I don't want to confuse you. Just try this. Okay, so let's look at 3 practical steps to wealth creation. 3 practical steps. We've already discussed them. First is when you make an income, whenever you get your paycheck, the first thing you do is to save. Try to save, even if it's 20% or 10%. Even if you don't know how to invest, just put the money somewhere. Cash is king. Don't forget this. Cash is what? Is king. Cash is king. You have enough cash sitting down, opportunity will come, boom, you are prepared for it. Then once you have made the saving, the remaining, you need to pay your bills. Look at what people do. They get money, they spend it on luxury. They buy iPhone that is bigger than them. No, you don't have to buy iPhone 13. If you have iPhone XS or XR or iPhone 11 or 12, you don't need 13. Before I changed my iPhone, I moved from iPhone 8 to 12. I used the 8 until it reached 12 before I changed it. Yeah, so why? I have 12 now. I don't care what they say about 13. I'm not going to buy it. I will not. In fact, I'm not going to buy 14. Neither will I buy 15. Even if I can afford it, I'm not going to buy it. I don't need the camera for anything. I'm not a video guy. You got to wait for probably 2 or 3 or 14, 4 years. And then that one you have probably gets so full, I get so old. You know, my iPhone 8 became so small because it was, I think, 64 gigabyte, and I have a lot of images and pictures. So it was not working anymore. So I have to get the one I have now, which has 250, I think 264 gigabytes capacity. So it was like a computer. So it's able to contain all my gadgets, all my stuff. So always think pragmatically. Always think pragmatically. Don't do things because other people are doing them. Okay, so let's look at the first step to building wealth. First is to start saving. I said start saving. Align your values and your goals with your spending. I don't spend money that does not fit into my goals in life. My value. My value. In fact, Dr. Blessing is here. I mean, we've had to make some tough choices, you know, like if some of you know what we're doing, we have to invest in what we're doing, and we still invest in it. I mean, from our pocket. As I'm talking to you right now, we still do that. It's about value. It's about your value. You know? People think, oh, you make money out of it. No, no, no. There's sometimes you make money. Money is nothing if it doesn't align with your value, if it doesn't align with something that has an emotional brings emotional, psychological satisfaction. This time around, spiritual satisfaction to you. So always align your expenses and your goals. Align them with your expenses. Align your goals with your expense. Now have an accountability partner. Ensure that you are not the only one making financial decisions. Track your spending. We talked about it. Eliminate waste fees like subscriptions. Be careful with credit cards. Do not use them except if you need to. Repair instead of replace. Dispose and sell. If possible, repair. If you can't repair, then you buy. Always don't use credit cards to buy luxury items. Don't do that. Don't do that. Number 2, accelerate your savings. Keep empowering yourself through education. Improve your job skills. Learn new skills. That's better. Change jobs when necessary. Work overtime if necessary. Not at the expense of your family and your kids, but sometimes you may have to make extra income in order to leverage something. Convert your hobby into a side business. This is how you accelerate your savings. You are doing all this so that you can have some money saved. And when you have enough money saved, you can now use it and start maybe a business by the side. Now offer freelance services. Start consulting company. You can do all of this. All right, Goda has a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wonder if you can repeat the credit card part again. You said don't buy luxury stuff with your credit card. Like how would you use the credit card? How would you manage the credit card purchases?
Thank you for the question. To start with, you must align your expenses with your income. Credit cards are there for emergency. They are not there to be used for anything. They are just there for emergency. Emergency means if there is a sudden problem and your salary has not been paid, then you use it. I know it's kind of very tough because here we've been taught, credit card, don't worry, I mean, just get what you want, you pay them off later. It's tough. We are all victims of credit card merchants because they don't tell us that they are giving us this money in order to collect more money from us. They give it to us as if they're helping us. If you have a job and you don't have a business, you shouldn't even spend money from credit card. It's dangerous. I'm telling you out of experience, it's dangerous. Very dangerous. If ever you are going to use credit card, use it because you're using it probably for business. I mean, you're using it to make money. Credit card company is collecting 21% per annum from you. So if you are going to use the credit card to do anything, that thing you are doing must generate more than that 21% for you per annum. I know some people who take credit card, cash it out, invest it, especially if the investment is a very good one that gives them maybe 50% per annum. That's the deal. That's how business people think. They go to the bank, they borrow money, they invest it, the money yields more money, they pay the bank their money, they take the one, the profit. But until you get to that point, don't use credit card to be buying stuff like clothing. If the one you have is good, yeah, that. I mean, there's a jacket I have now, winter jacket. I bought it in 2004, yeah, or 2004, yeah. I still use it today because his jacket still works. If I have new ones, just because my wife bought them for me. So always realize that you can't finance your luxury with somebody's money. It's bank's money, it's not your money. Credit card for somebody who earns salary is dangerous. For a business person, yeah, you can write off a whole lot of stuff. But for a job person, you are in a big soup, big trouble. Don't use credit card to pay your rent. Don't use it to pay your rent. If you're using credit card to pay your rent, guess what? Go and find one room somewhere and live there. Yeah, use credit card to pay $3,000 per month. Go and live in one room where you're paying $500. It's your room, it's your house, it's your place. Somebody wants to visit you, tell them this is where I live. If you don't want to come, let's meet at Starbucks. Yeah, some people visit us here. We don't have spare room where I live. I just send you to a hotel, maybe $100 hotel. Stay there. 3 days, you go home. I'm not going to put myself in trouble to please people. Never going to happen. So you have to understand that life is quite very risky and tricky. You must be very smart. Know how to leverage the opportunities here. All these things are things you don't learn in school. Learn them. Okay, let's move further because of our time. Multiply your savings to build wealth. Invest wisely. Start a business or partner with someone that has a business. Invest in a business or partnership. There are people who invest in other people's businesses. In fact, right now, there are people who actually have startup companies that you can invest, like 5,000, 10,000. Some of these startup companies will become multi-billion-dollar companies. And now your 5,000 will grow to 100,000. All these things are out there. They're out there. So if that's what you want to do, there are websites you can go to find them. Some of these people broker such opportunity. Invest in real estate. This is a lot of money. You don't have the money. You can invest in real estate investment companies. You've seen that Main Street. Most of you have seen Main Street here. Main Street, they own most of the residential buildings here in Surrey and some other places. It's actually a part of real estate investment companies. So you can invest in their company and get paid every year, dividends or interest every year. I think they share like 5 or 6% every year. I'm not sure, but that's how a lot of people do well. In fact, there are some people who have $1 million. They don't know what to do with it to sit in the bank. There are some opportunities that are very solid that can generate you $60,000 a year. In fact, a young man, 26-year-old guy, went to is that not Nunavut? Where is Nunavut? I think up north. Yeah, went up north to work on a job, and then he saw a nightclub. He bought it. I think it was $150,000, and promoted in the nightclub, and people were coming. The nightclub became a very big. I'm not saying you should go and do that, but at the end of the day, that nightclub became a very popular nightclub. People were coming from Lower Mainland. He sold it for $2-something million, and came back to Richmond, invested the money. Let's put it, the bank is giving him, is it 2 or 3%? 2 or 3% every year. That's cool, $70-something thousand every year. So he told me he's retired. He's not doing anything. Yeah, 26, not doing anything. Now, that may not be your case, but just something for you to know. Okay, quickly, wealth creation in Canada. How do you build wealth in Canada? Now, I'm going to go through this and then we'll stop today. Ask your questions later. I'm going to share with you 10 things you can start doing now to build a side business. Number one, is beauty salon. Look, you can do that in your basement if you have a house. You can do that in your living room. You know how much women spend to put wig on their head? You know how much? Some of them like $100, $200. That's a lot of money. Imagine having 10 people come to your house every month. That's $1,000 every month. That's not small money. And guess what? your house becomes your office, and then you write off your hydro, your cell phone. You are now a business owner. Your home is your office. Oh, you know why Chinese people run a lot of businesses? The Indians are running a lot of businesses. Some Filipinos are running a lot of businesses. Some Africans are running a lot of businesses. Obviously, the visible minorities, some of them are getting into businesses. You see, business is what keeps the Canadian economy moving, and government wants you to own a business. They incentivize you to own a business because that will now lessen the burden from the government, which is quite different from what happens in Africa, where everybody wants to earn money from government. Or did you get federal job? Federal job? I'm looking for a job, but the government didn't want to create jobs. It doesn't happen here. In fact, it's even better in US. In US, it's like crazy. Everybody runs a business, and it's very easy. You go to bank gives you 50,000, 100,000 for a business that is not even running. Just something you wrote on a paper. They'll give you money to start it. Don't tell me, oh, I'm not skillful. I don't have skills here. You can learn how to put wig. In fact, I can even teach you how to put wig. It's very easy. It's very easy. Just not to braid hair, just put wig. But you know there's some women who cannot put their wig on. They want somebody to help fix it. If you can stitch your clothes, you can put wig on anybody's hair. Then go and print a complimentary card, put this big poster. In fact, you can develop a website, which is very easy. Go to Facebook, create a Facebook page, go to Instagram, create an Instagram, and start going to where you can pick pictures of people putting on wig, load your Instagram page like crazy. Can you see this style? This is our latest style in town. We just got this product. You need to try it. Try before you pay. Give me a call if you are interested in it. I am waiting for your call. In fact, 50% sale. This just arrived from Brazil. This one is real human hair, not this chemical one or whatever. These are simple things that you don't need an office to do this. So instead of watching TikTok and laughing to comedies and watching all this garbage, start making money from social media instead of wasting time from social media, wasting time on. That's how it's done. Number 2, daycare. Imagine taking care of your own kids and getting paid for it. Sit at home, do nothing. They just sing for little kids, and those who want to pursue their career are making money and they're paying you half of their money so you can sit down and be playing around with their own kids. Daycare is the smartest business any woman can run. I'm telling you this. And it's very easy to get a license. Very easy. You just need 3 or 4 or 5 kids and you're good to go. Somebody says, oh, but I don't have a good place. This is where business starts. You can rent a whole house for $3,000 per month. Convert one of the rooms or the living room, or if it has a basement, convert it into daycare. Yes, convert it into daycare, and you are good to go. You make enough money to pay for that rent and also for other expenses. And now your house becomes what? The office. You write off some of your rent, write off some of your phone, write off some of your car payments, write off your heating, write off. This is how business people leverage the opportunities we have in this country. These are Lego. These are not things, these are things like your accountant will help you. Since you are using part of your home for business, you got to write off all the things business people write off. By the end of the day, the money you're making where you're working as a job, or even the money that you're making from people paying you for taking care of their kids, you don't have to spend all of them in paying rent or any other stuff concerning the business. Event planner. Do you know that you don't have enough event planners? You know, you don't have them. People have baby dedication. They don't even know where to start. There's a course on event planning, very easy. And that course tells you how to articulate individuals, connections, network, people who provide cake, who help with the decoration. Your job will be to aggregate all these individuals, and they will do all these things, and all the things that the celebrant will just walk in and have fun. You do all the work. And guess what? You can charge maybe $25,000. This is a big event, or $10,000. And your job is to put all these things together. Event planners make a whole lot of money, a whole lot of money. And people don't understand this. You know how many people want to do birthday parties for their kids? They don't know where to start. 50-year anniversary, they don't know where to start. 25 years marriage anniversary, they don't know where to start. They want to bury their great-grandfather that died 70 years ago. They need somebody to help them plan. They don't know where to start. Who are they going to hire? Who is the DJ? They don't know. Which hall are they going to use? How are they going to decorate it? Some women have scatter hair. They don't even know how to do all this. Imagine if your head is correct and you're able to articulate how to connect these people and get an event organized. You will become a hot cake here in BC. I'm telling you this. This is how it's done. And it doesn't take much. Travel agents. You know, you bought your ticket. You go online, you buy your ticket, and you think, oh, I got a deal. $1,000 to fly from Vancouver to Ontario, to Toronto. And you are jumping up, oh, $1,000. Do you know that travel agencies can get you a ticket from Vancouver to Toronto sometimes for $200? No, I didn't know this. One day, a young lady visited us from Ontario. And on going back, oh, we were scratching our head on how to buy ticket from. She said to my wife, oh, I have a travel agency. Then she called this lady in Ontario. And there, we got a ticket. I think it was $150 or $200. I don't know how to do this. You know, because of that, every time I want to go to, I'll just call the lady and say, can you do that magic you do? I need $200, $300 ticket. And I always get them. Imagine telling everybody you can get them a ticket, $600 from Vancouver, maybe to any country in Africa. Imagine how many people will be calling you for you to buy tickets for them. Because the way they sell tickets in airplane is by lot. They give you a portion, they give this person a portion, they sell them by lot. If they sell the first 10, then the price increases, or maybe it continues like that until maybe if they don't have enough passengers going, then the price goes down. And they only let the travel agencies, they only let them know. They have access to all this. You can go online, go to the airline website, you're not going to find this. You're not going to find this secret information. Guess what? You can run this even while you're working on your job. It's computer-based. Very easy. Will soon be done. Sorry for your time. Now, you can run e-commerce. Amazon e-commerce. You go to buy stuff from Amazon. You know you can sell on Amazon. And it's just as easy as going there and sign up, and then you put whatever you like there. Yes, I agree that it may take some skills to really be very successful, but people are doing it. There are courses. You can go to this Udemy, and then you find courses on how to really do a good job of selling on Amazon. Yeah. All those people you buy their product from, they are people like you. Don't think Amazon owns all the things you buy. No, they're all ordinary people who use their platform to launch their own products. They manufacture them from China, ship them to Amazon directly. Amazon will fulfill it. You don't need to ship them. You don't need to package anything. You don't even need to see the product. It's so simple, so straightforward, so easy. Number 6, blogging or vlogging. There are some women, they just blog. You can go to Udemy and learn how to blog. Blogging means just talking rubbish and just talking more and more rubbish. And there are people who like that and they just come there to visit you. And then you can now put advertisement on your website and people will be paying you just to put advertisement on your website. That's how they make money. Or you can sell on that your website or your blog. Vlogging is the same thing, is using video. You know, each time you have maybe 1,000 subscribers, YouTube will start paying you for you to be doing videos of, maybe videos that make people laugh. You understand how much comedians make? Comedians are buying houses and are buying cars, millions of dollars, make millions of dollars, yes. It's part of, they call them content creators, and Facebook is actually doing the same. And they pay people in Instagram to do that. TikTok pays people. So those people you are watching, making you laugh, you know that they are cashing out on your laughter. They're just making money while you are watching and laughing. They are making money. They post all those nonsense and people watching them, people are laughing. They are making money from you. So it's time to retaliate and make back that money. All right, number 7, we only have 3 remaining. Trading, stock trading. A lot of women are doing this now from the comfort of their home. And all you need is this, your phone. I don't want to go into details here, but this is a very simple thing. You have actual services that will tell you when to buy and when to sell. And all you need to do is when they say, oh, sell, you just put the information and press jump. When they tell you, okay, it's time to buy, and then you put the information they want you to put and you press jump. That is it. And you can do that while you're walking. You just 1 minute is done. You're pressing it and it's done. At the end of the year, most people make like 50, 60% on their savings or whatever amount they put in the brokerage account. But there are more and more things you need to learn here. Some of these are the things that you must abide, rules. Never borrow money to invest because you can lose all of them. The best time to invest is now. Never let emotions play a role. That's why you probably need a service that helps you. Stop trying to get rich quick. This is another key. Sometimes you may make money, sometimes you may not make, but learn. This is a skill. Never chase the trend. This is called the trend. It's moving up. Don't try to just catch on. Wait, follow the skills, follow the strategy. Do your research, very important, before you invest. Keep track of what you're spending on a sheet and many more of this. All right, I'm just glossing over this. We might talk about this in detail maybe next time. Now, freelancing and virtual assistant. Today, you can work anywhere around the world. I've had people from Indonesia work for me. I've had people from Sri Lanka work for me. I've had someone from Iraq work for me. I've had a lot of people from Africa work for me. The other day, I wanted to build a website, and it was the guy from Nigeria. He was charging me what the US guy was charging me, and I had to rebuke him. I said to him, "Are you crazy? Do you know how much that money you're asking for is worth in Naira?" You know, so he said to me, "Omo, are you Niger?" I said, "Yeah." You don't have to. Today, you can actually make money anywhere you are just by offering your service. Okay, I'm going to write a website here that you need to check. It's called, this is where a lot of people are selling their services. I'll check here. So a lot of stuff you can market, sell your services here if you have any talent or anything that you're doing, whatever you are skillful. If you're skilled in anything, this is where you go to, just a moment, I'm trying to, okay. Trying to copy the link and make sure it doesn't break when I put it on here. Oh no. Let me pull it up. Okay. Now, not only are you going to offer your services here, you can actually you can order services here. Whatever you want people to do for you, just pay them to do that for you. Translate something, transcribe something, voice over, do video editing for you. Just name it. Just name it. They do that for you. Okay, baking. Baking. Now, most of you know how to bake properly. You know a lot of people here who are hoping that there will be someone who can bake this kind of classical cakes they bake in Africa. I'm telling you. But how many people do it here? Now, let me share this with you also. You don't have to wait for somebody to say, I need a cake. You can actually create a need and satisfy that need. That's how innovators think. They create a need. They actually make people believe they need something. And then they will create a solution for that thing. Imagine having a card or a flyer telling people that they should ensure they celebrate their kid's birthday, that it has emotional impact on them, and the value of the cake and the size of the cake and the shape of the cake has some emotional, sentimental. It helps them with healthy brain development, seeing the size of the cake and having people come around to watch the celebration. No, people who don't even want to order the cake, we're going to order the cake. That's what it means to be an entrepreneur. You just promote a problem, then you create a solution. And then everybody comes to buy the solution. So don't make cake and eat in your house. Why not make the same cake and sell to people who cannot make? Why not tell people that they can't have their event without having a cake? Why not remind people they should do their anniversaries and do their birthdays and they need a good cake, not maybe Walmart cake or this ice cream cake. We're talking about cake that is designed with images and shapes, depending on that person's choice and passion or interest. Some pastors, when they're doing their birthday, they do cake with the Bible. Some people, if you are a footballer, they'll do cake, or if you're a Manchester United guy, they do cake with red and stuff like that. It has some emotional, sentimental attachment, and you can charge $50 extra just for the color or some special attachments to it. And this is not something you do all the time. It's something you do by the side. But I tell a lot of people who make thousands of dollars doing that. Just baking cake. And to bake cake is very easy. All you need is flour. Put it somewhere, turn it, put sugar, and put, don't ask me, I don't know. I just know that you can do that. You can put it in the oven and it comes out, put sugar on it. That's it. You can learn how to do cake online. You can actually have some of those professionals in Africa teach you how to do that. Some of them run courses, they run programs. If they don't have their program online, you can help them develop a course, put them on Udemy here, and you will get paid. Yeah, you will get paid when people buy them. Even though you are not the one that created it, you are just the one that facilitated it by getting the professional record herself, creating it. You just edit the videos, package them as a course, and you upload them here. Oh no, so much people can do. Sometimes I feel like I should have been a businessman instead of being a pastor. Okay, the last one. Now, this is important. Pay attention to this. there is a program called VIP Kids. I'm coming, just now, this is easy. This I know people who are making a lot of money here right now. See that? VIP Kids. Chinese people are looking for people that will teach their kids English. English. This is a franchise anyway. These guys can get you into their franchise, help you set it up, bring students to you, teach them English, you get paid. Every hour, you get paid. So you can teach online from your home at the middle of the day in China. But it's actually night here in DC. You can do that for 2 hours every night and collect probably $200 every night. For 2 hours. That's how cool it is. So a lot of people are doing a lot right now. And they are having fun doing all those things. So it is important for you to develop skills that will help you survive and thrive. I would like to stop here because of our time, but I've been able to share with you all that you need to know for now. There are other things I would like to share, but I don't think you will need them at this moment. You probably don't need them now. But let me see if you have any questions.
So I'm going to stop recording so that we can go to the second segment of our program. That's discussion and the question part. So I will stop recording.